Welcome to Hancock's VMware Half Hour. And welcome back to another Hancock's VMware Half Hour. Okay, so this shortish video today, which is going to be about 20 minutes. So there you go. You've got a warning. It's going to be a 20-minute video. So sit back, get your energy drink or your espresso. I've already got my soft drink of choice. Pepsi Max, sponsor me, please. Anyway, so today's video is about this. So I produced a video, Minis Forum MS-A2, how to install the new Realtek driver on ESXi 9.0. I didn't realize when I produced that video that it was going to cause a little bit of a stir. And I'll explain. If you're not necessarily aware, ESXi 8 and ESXi 9, the footprint of ESXi is quite small, and only a certain number of drivers and hardware is certified for use. And I'm talking about storage controllers and network interfaces. If you've not got a storage controller, or if you've not got a network interface that is on the hardware compatibility list, there is no driver for it. And if you try to install it on something, a PC, a laptop, a server that doesn't have one of those devices, then basically it's going to balk and it's going to fail. And of course, there are a number of people out there that use white boxes that have the lower end, the Realtek driver. So if you want to install ESXi 9.0 on one of those devices and it has a Realtek driver, then you're not going to get anywhere. And maybe I should have made it clear in those videos that I produced that how to install the new Realtek driver on ESXi 9 is only really possible if ESXi is already installed and running, like it is on the Minis Forum MS-A2, because it has a driver which is supported by the HCL. So this really has maybe come back and do a video of how we can, and I'm going to use the term slipstreamed, because slipstreaming was a term and a buzzword that we used to use when we used to slipstream drivers and predominantly service packs from Microsoft into older versions of Windows NT4 and Windows 2000. The distributions that used to come out from Microsoft didn't have any service packs in, and it became a bit of pain in the bum, really, that you were installing Windows NT4 from the CD or USB maybe in those days, and then later on you would have to reinstall Service Pack 3 as a separate function. And then later on we began to realize that we can actually take the contents of a Service Pack 3 and we could integrate it, inject it, or slipstream it, as the word became, into our ISOs in creating a customized ISO. So that's what we're going to do today in this video. I'm going to show you how to create a customized ESX ISO for 9.0. So here we go. So there are a number of things that we need. We need to be using PowerShell 7. We need to have imported the VMware CLI bundle, and we also need to have Python 3.12 installed as well, because some of the functions that are used within PowerCLI in the VMware PowerCLI actually use Python to create our customized ISO. Now, I know for a lot of people that's going to be really scary. They don't like using PowerShell. I'm going to demonstrate two methods or procedures. The first method that I'm going to demonstrate is I'm actually going to do it command by command. And then I'm going to demonstrate the ESXi customizer PowerShell that I've written. I'm going to use the PowerShell, and I'm going to do it line by line. So I can show you the commands that are required to create a ESXi customized image for 9.0. And all my script does really, it just uses all those commands, and it just polishes the edges really of the script. So I will upload the script to my blog. I will upload the script to GitHub. So please follow whatever you're more comfortable in following. And this is just my recipe. There are lots of other recipes on the internet out there of how to do this. The problems that I sometimes have with them is that they were written for an early version of PowerShell and they no longer operate, or commands have become depreciated and they no longer work. So sometimes it's actually easier really to work out what commands you need to use to get to the same output. Okay, so there's another, other than having PowerShell 7 installed, other than having the VMware PowerCLI installed, and also Python 3.12, there's two other files that we really need to be able to basically create our own customized ISOs. The first one really is that we need to have the depot file. The depot file allows you basically to create your customized ISO. So you will need the ESXi 9.0 depot file, or any ESXi 9 depot file. Now, ESXi 9 is only available to organizations or people that have contracts or support with Broadcom. But all I'm going to say is Google and seek and ye shall find. And I'm going to leave it at that. Please don't ask me to distribute customized ESXi 9 ISOs. Please do not ask for the depot file. I am not authorized by Broadcom to distribute these files. Excuse me. Okay, so the very first command that I'm going to use in my shell window is I'm going to add the VMware ESXi 9 depot file to the software depot. So VMware ESXi I think I got that right. Just looking to see whether I've got any typos in it. There we go. So the depot URL is added. The next file that we need to add to our depot is we need to add the driver that we want to inject. Now, it could be any driver that we want to inject. It's not specific. In this particular video, in this particular case, we're actually basically creating a customized ISO with the driver which is injected, which is our Realtek driver. But it could be any driver that we want to inject, and we can inject more than one driver if we wanted. So there we go. So that's been added. The next thing I need to do, and this is often forgotten, we need to use the command Get-EsxImageProfile, and this actually shows us the profiles that are available in the depot file, or what I'd like to call the versions available for us to use. So I think that's quite self-explanatory there. We've got one that's called .standard, and we've got what's called no tools. The one that's got -no tools doesn't include any VMware tools. Now, if you go browsing around your ESXi 9.0 installation, you will find a volume called VM Images, and in there you will find VMware tools. So those particular bundles there, the one that's got -no tools doesn't have that included, and the one that has -standard is the one basically that contains VMware tools. So we're going to use I'm just going to put together here a command that uses ESXi 9.0 standard. So let me just cut paste that over here, and then I'm gonna just change that, and I'm just going to cut and paste, and then I'll explain that. Okay, so we've got a new profile variable equals new-ESXImageProfile-CloneProfile ESXi 9.0 247552229 standard -name ESXi 9.0 247552229 standard Realtek-nic vendor Hancock's VMware half-hour. So let me explain what that is, what that's doing. To inject our file, our driver, I'm going to clone and create a new profile. So here we can see that I'm cloning the profile that already exists, and I'm creating a new profile with a different vendor name. So I'm just going to hit enter on that. So that's just actually basically setting up the profile for the next command. So I'm now going to add Add-EsxSoftwarePackage ImageProfile followed by $newProfile, the profile from above, -SoftwarePackage if-re. So that is actually injecting our driver at this point. So therefore we've now actually injected our Realtek driver into that profile. And then the next command I'm going to use is quite simply going to export that as our customized ISO. So there we go. Export-ESXImageProfile $newProfile from above -Export-to-ISO file path. And shortly we will expect to see an ISO. So what I'm going to do, just to speed this up a bit, I'm just going to put this on pause and I'll come back, and then we'll do exactly the same and we'll export our bundle. So the ISO is now complete. So we'll just do exactly the same thing, and we will just export our zip bundle. Now the zip bundle you would use to do an in-place upgrade. The ISO, of course, is our customized ISO that you take away, walk it to your PC or your server or your laptop and boot from the ISO, and you shouldn't have any issues installing ESXi 9 on a device that has a sole single Realtek network interface. So we'll just wait for that to complete. So I'll put this on pause, and that's it. So if we do a dir, we can see now that we've got our ISO and we've got our zip file. Okay, so I wanted to show you very quickly how the Hancock's VMware half-hour ESXi customizer works. So what I'm going to do again, I'm going to erase the ISO, and I'm going to erase the bundle. So the only files that I've got are the PowerShell script. Again, we still need a depot file. We still need to have a driver file. So I'm going to now run and the script doesn't really do anything really different to those manual commands that I showed you in the last 5 minutes. It's just a little bit more polished. It tells you what it's going to do. So basically it turns around and says the tool will search the directory for an ESXi depot. So it's found an ESXi depot there, ESXi 9, the one that we used previously. It's going to search for the additional driver VIB files to inject. It's going to scan the depot for the existing profile, so you don't have to do that extra step. So I'm just going to select one to use that. And it's going to inject drivers, create 2 customized file, a bootable ISO image, a zip bundle for in-place upgrades, and Amazon deliveries just arrived. So if I'm quick, so I'm going to select one, and it's going to now inject the drivers, and it's actually basically going to start exporting the ISO, and that's that. We just have to wait for that to complete. So that's exporting the ISO file, customized ESXi 9.0 ISO file. It will then export a zip file bundle, and then it will export a zip file bundle, and then just one thing more that it actually basically does in this particular script, it just hashes the ISO, hashes the zip file, and writes them to a text file, just so that you can check in the future. That's really it. So I tell you what I'll do. I'm just going to put this on pause, and we'll wait for all that to finish. Okay, and looks like we're done. So if I do a dir, then there we go. We've got our ISO, we've got our zip, and we've got our driver hashes. So I will upload that script to GitHub. I'll put it on my blog. You can have a little look at the script, and you can either use the script, or you can use all those commands that I've walked through with you. Anyway, so thanks very much for watching another video by me, Andrew Hancock, at Hancock's VMware Half Hour. If you've enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please share. And come back for another video in the Hancock's VMware Half Hour series. So again, stay safe, stay alive, stay calm, and work hard. Bye-bye now.